Hey there guys, Alex from Mental Health Thinking here, and this is the third part of my series on vulnerabilities to depression and other things that are just going to make you not enjoy life as much as you otherwise could. So this one is about self-image. Now, everybody has a view of themselves and we generally base it on a series of different areas in our lives. Now, it could be being great at your work, it could be being intelligent, it could be being a great mother, being a good friend, being handsome, being thin, being fit. All of these different things that make up our view of how valuable we are, how useful we are, and how good we are as a person. So there's two main tendencies that I wanted to go through in this video. One is perfectionism, and one is what I'd like to call all eggs in one basket. Now, perfectionism is where somebody feels that in order to be good enough, they really need to be so amazing in some area. Now, usually when that happens, there's a sense that they're really not good enough in general as a person, and it can come from a lot of self-criticism, often because of criticism that happened in the past from a partner, from friends, from family, from being bullied at school, all of these different things. So what they do is they think, okay, well, you know what, to be good enough, I have to be so damn good. I really have to be perfect. My work has to be perfect. I have to be perfect in the way that I look, all of these things, and the standards are so high. Now, as a psychologist with people like that, we're usually looking for where has it come from that their self-esteem is low and that they feel that they really need to be so good in order to make up for it. Now, really, when I think about the strategies to make that better, I think about what a psychologist can do. Feeling that you need to be perfect, that you need to be absolutely spot on in order to just be good enough, then you might actually benefit from talking to somebody, talking to a professional. Now, the other is the all eggs in one basket. So like I said, there's this kind of list that we have and we can drum up that dictates what we feel about ourselves. So when we have all eggs in one basket, it might be that one of these areas is absolutely huge. So if you look at this gym culture today, people do fitness all the time, people focus on their eating all the time, people talk to others who do the same sorts of things, and you can be reasonably happy in that way where you are just plodding along and you're thinking about how you can look better. But when you've got all eggs in one basket like that, when most of how you think about yourself is based on how you look in this case, and how well and how much control you have over your eating and that sort of thing, then you are more vulnerable, because if that basket breaks, if something doesn't go well in that area, then you don't have a fallback. You take a person who has more of a spread. So let's say they go to the gym, they do those sorts of things, they keep fit, they like to do that sort of thing, but they also care about how they are as a friend. They also care about how they do in their job. They also care about how loving a person they are. All these sorts of different things that they might have in their life that if they're not going so well in that fitness area, in that looking good area, maybe they had an injury and they don't look all that great. Maybe they are having real trouble meeting their goals. Then they can still be fine because they can think about, oh, well, how am I doing in those other areas? All right, well, overall, I'm a loving person, I'm a good friend, I'm a good, maybe it's father or mother or all these different roles that we have. I'm pretty good at my work. Yeah, okay, well, I'm not looking so crush hot now. I'm not feeling that fit, but I've got all these other things, so it's okay. So you see how that person is less vulnerable than the person who has all of their eggs in one basket. And it's not just to do with self-image. You can have all of your eggs in the basket of being a good son or being a good mother. Those things are really important, and I'm not saying that it's not important to look good in this day and age. It can be quite a utility. But when you have all of your eggs in any basket, it means that if that part of your life isn't going so well, then it can feel like all of your life is not going so well. And that can lead to low self-esteem. That can actually be one of the things that lead to perfectionism, where you think, oh, I'm just useless. I've got to be really, really perfect at this. Okay, so that wraps up my talk on self-image. The whole idea really here is to check yourself and think, okay, am I somebody who feels that I need to be perfect in order to just be good enough? And then maybe think I might want to talk to somebody. And do I have all my eggs in one basket? No matter what basket that is in my life, just think about where your self-worth lies in your eyes. Is it spread over lots of different areas and lots of different things that you can be good at and valuable in that leads to your self-worth? Or is it really restricted to one area that takes up a great deal of your self-worth? And if it is restricted to one, then you might want to think about building up and looking at some of those other areas in your life where you can actually balance it a bit more.